It's another busy night in downtown Kelowna. More than 10,000 people flooded Bernard Avenue today, taking advantage of the summer street closure. But now, as night falls and people head home, the downtown core is left with the aftermath. Stains of melted ice cream on the sidewalk, overflowing garbage cans, empty bottles and cans scattered by benches, and somehow, a microwave dumped on the curb. With only a few hours before the city bursts to life again, a small army is about to begin their workday. Their mission? Clean and beautify the city, preparing it for the day ahead.
You definitely have to work as a team because there's so much to do.
The sun is still down, but at 4 a.m., the city's parks crews are already on the move.
Yes, I'm just gonna do a circle check, checking, making sure everything's secure.
Coral Stang gears up a watering truck and heads out to tend to the city's 325 hanging flower baskets. The city's greenhouse grows some 50,000 plants every year to use in planters, beds, and baskets around the city.
So here's our first basket, our first pole. So there's a reservoir for each basket, and then there's a tube with a spigot going into each, and we just fill it up. I'm just gonna fill it until water starts coming out. There it goes. And then that's it, and then it's on to the next pole.
It can be a tedious job, but it also can't be skipped.
The large baskets that are in Rutland are every 2 days, and then all the rest every day. Yeah, you'll definitely notice if it has not been watered because it will get wilty. We do that every day all summer for every basket. It's a really good job. I love flowers and plants, so that's the main part of it. And caring for them, it can be a lot of work, but it is nice how great everything looks. Oh, there's another thing that people don't see too often. The street sweeper guy.
Just past 5 a.m., Jay Davis is already on his route, emptying the trash bins in City Park. But these are no ordinary garbage cans. Equipped with a sensor in the lid, each bin sends a signal to an online portal, alerting crews when each needs to be emptied. It's an innovation that saves the city money and time, and there's more.
Well, these go about 10 feet in the ground in the reusable bags, so we only have to come down and change them maybe once a week. There has to be a certain weight in them, else it doesn't release, because if you notice, when we lift it up, it's got a drawstring on the bottom, and when you release the drawstring, the weight is what drops it out of the can. And then you pull it tight, cinch it back up, push it across, and drop her back down in. And like I say, most of them are usually good for a week. This one here is one of our busier ones because of vicinity to the sales. Before we had these, we used to have to come down and change garbage cans every day, change the bags. So this is more environment friendly, it's more convenient, people seem to like it. And so we usually try to get majority of our work done before the public even gets up, between 4 and 7. And then the rest of the day we answer service requests and any other spills or complaints or accidents that happen on the street. It's very rewarding. I get a chance to keep Kelowna the most beautiful place to live.
Just down the street, Zach Davis is on cleanup duty.
It gets pretty kind of dirty and messy down here.
Working block by block, removing yesterday's grime.
So I'll do this for the first 2 hours in the morning, and then after I'll go do transit, pretty much just spraying all the transit shelters all around town.
As crews continue to work through the early hours preparing the downtown core, over in Rutland, Alex Bergen's crew arrives in Bentley Park.
Well, 90 up right there.
Tasked with upgrading aging sprinkler infrastructure on the north end of the park.
Let's knock that down an inch or so, try to get to about 18.
For years, Bentley has dealt with pipe leaks, leading to downtime and costly repairs.
The PVC's been in the ground for almost 60 years now. It's well past life expectancy for PVC. You get about 30 to 40 years out of most of these pipe systems. So it was time for a renovation.
And the clock's been ticking for a full replacement.
Realistically, you're within probably 10 years of not having a functional irrigation system on this site, where the amount of breaks, like you would fix one, turn the water back on, and something else would break.
The new lines are high-density polyethylene, a much more durable material.
So we should get up to about 150, 200 years of just leak-free mainline on this site, where we're just not going to have issues, which should really, really improve the water use on the site as well. It's going to decrease their maintenance costs a ton. And on top of that, our water efficiency and the water savings that we get out of it really make a big difference.
It's now 7 a.m. and in another area of the park,
This is an area we check first thing, Ben Lee.
Todd Scarrow has already been at it for an hour. As a city gardener, he's on his daily park rounds. But before tending to the gardens,
Maybe just check around that bench there.
he does a thorough inspection of the surrounding area for any hazards.
Check for needles, broken glass, garbage.
And it doesn't take long before
Oh, right here, Aiden, we got some action.
he makes a discovery in the bushes.
I've got it right here. And that's that. There's families and kids show up bright and early every day. And especially in the summer with the water park and playgrounds, skate park. Yeah, you don't want kids playing with that stuff. I'll take care of it. It started off as I was strictly a gardener, and now it's moved into a good chunk of my day is cleaning up. I do incident reports, I do service requests.
Once the area is clean, he shifts focus to the gardens.
That's the fun end of the job for me, is the gardening end. It's the deadheading, it's making my beds look nice. So it looks nice for the public and looks nice for me. I love plants, so pretty it up. Make Rutland beautiful.
The city has 5 gardeners like Todd, with laborers each covering a specific route, taking care of plants across more than 200 parks. Unfortunately, a large part of the job involves repairing vandalism, not just in plant beds, but also the sprinkler heads throughout the park.
An area like Ben Lee gets a lot of action, especially at night. It changes from a fun water park into more of a party scene. So irrigation pops on 2, 3 in the morning and heads are up and they walk around and they kick the heads off. They vandalize. So things don't get watered, plants start dying, grass dies. So that's what we're checking for. If we weren't in action, the gardeners, groundspeople, irrigation, everybody, the city would fry for sure. She'd be a brown, dead mess and full of garbage.
Back downtown, it's still too early for beachgoers, but it's the perfect time for the contractors responsible for sweeping the beaches to get to work.
We clean all the beaches for the City of Kelowna.
All 34 beaches and access points get a clean at least twice a week. This morning, the priority is Hot Sands Beach in City Park.
Every day, the wind brings a lot of stuff from the lake, the grass and all that kind of weeds, so it has to be cleaned.
It's a big job, but with the help of a massive self-propelled beach cleaner, the crew makes quick work of it.
So it basically has got a rake underneath, so it goes about 6 to 8 inches deep, picks up all the debris, and then it just rakes it and cleans it and put it back in the dump. We get all sandals, glasses, jackets, you name it.
Despite its size, this machine is capable of capturing even the smallest of debris, including cigarette butts and bottle caps, leaving nothing behind. For the smaller beaches and beach access points, smaller handheld tools accomplish the same task.
We have a pride in ourselves and the machine, and we want to make sure all the beaches neat and clean. And when people come visit Kelowna and they look at our beaches, and our job is to keep it clean.
With Hot Sands cleared, the crew gears up for the next beach. Meanwhile, a parks team member operates a bobcat, leveling out a popular volleyball court. And just in time, as the early birds arrive at the court minutes after work is completed. Just up the road, in Stewart Park, Alyssa Walters makes a tough discovery.
Actually took me a while to even notice what happened over here, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Earlier this year, she designed the flower beds at the base of the bear, carefully arranging each one to create a perfect match. But now, she's forced to dig up some of her own handiwork.
Like, my hard work has totally just been squashed.
2 nights ago, someone vandalized one of the flower beds.
So you can tell that this one's been damaged because that's what it's supposed to look like right now. And that's what it is. I took a lot of time and effort to make this park look a certain way, and to come back over the weekend and see the damage is heartbreaking.
Making matters worse, some of the plants needed for replacement are no longer available, meaning the 2 planters won't match like they did before.
Everything's already planted and is established, so I wanted to match each side, and it's hard to do that when you only have what's available in the greenhouses, so just the struggle.
She now has to dig up and move the mismatched plants from the intact bed and replant both planters so they match again.
I'll probably be planting him just over there, but I wanted everything to be uniform, because you don't want like one yellow flower in a garden of white flowers.
Despite it all, she continues her work with a smile.
I take my plants very seriously. I'm almost more of a serious relationship with my plants than with my friends, which is comical, I know, but like I bring my work home sometimes when I'm redesigning. I'm constantly researching and seeing how I can make the gardens look better and what plants will do great. See, doesn't that look better, hey?
Yeah, I take pride in my job, and I always have.
I love this job. It's awesome. It's definitely the best job I've ever had personally.
People are always thanking me for what we do and everything we do here, and I couldn't imagine working anywhere else in such a beautiful city.
I really enjoy the challenges. We're presented with different stuff all the time.
Before the city wakes, these people are already hard at work, tackling the tasks that ensure everything runs smoothly. And despite facing new challenges
It gets discouraging sometimes with vandalism.
and unexpected disappointments,
Hopefully these ones stay around and don't get squished.
they tackle their work with pride, knowing they're essential to the city's daily rhythm, making sure that when the day begins, the city is ready, clean and safe for everyone. And tomorrow, they'll do it all again.